What's up, everybody? The wait is finally over. After 9 grueling months of anticipation, excitement, and more than 400 teaser photos sent my way, my custom, handmade, 1/64 scale, Hot Wheel size diecast of my very own 1992 Camaro Z28 is finally here. And I'm about to crack open this box for the very first time in front of all of you. And today, I'm giving you the full unboxing, a hands-on review, and I'll break it all down into the highs, the challenges, and everything in between this long 9-month journey. So, don't blink, don't skip, and whatever you do, stick around, because what you're about to see is likely going to be absolutely insane. So stick around. Now, everything I've seen so far, this isn't just your average diecast. Oh, no way. This thing is a miniature masterpiece, a true showcase of talent, innovation, precision, mastery, and craftsmanship, packed into something that can fit in the palm of your own hand. So guys, upon opening up the bubble wrap package, we have a cardboard box here. Now, the builder who makes these diecasts, his name is Teri Diecast, and you can find him on his Instagram channel. He has a massive following. Now, it looks like this cardboard box has got a whole bunch of fragile stickers. So it looks like you've got plastic wrap on it. So one thing I should mention, which is actually quite neat, is that when he realized that it's coming to me, he actually sent me a unlisted video, and basically it tells you exactly what you're expected to get. The bubble wrap, there's a bunch of stickers apparently in here, and the plexiglass case and how to actually take the car out. It does show that there are, I believe, 4 screws, and so without those instructions, you probably wouldn't know how on earth to get this thing out of the case there. So I like that. Now, it is an unlisted video, so I am going to not post the video. Like I said, I'll just explain what was on it, but there's a reason why he has it unlisted, and so I'm going to keep that as private for him. But, so I pretty much feel I understand what I'm going to get here. So this was, yeah, so we have our bubble wrap. Oh, now that is actually cool. Now that was not explained, so I love that. That is awesome. I was going to use some plastic tweezers I use for contacts to carefully, without scratching it, opening up the door and stuff like that. So very cool. I like that. That's a surprise because that was not in the video. And then it does have the stickers. So there you go. Teri Diecast. Key ring. 2 key rings. Oh, okay. You get 2. So there's an Allen wrench. That's in order to actually start to open it up. That's cool. It's nice that he supplies everything. Okay, next we're gonna carefully, well, you can see there's the car right there. And I sure hope, I'm opening this up for the first time, so I am sure praying that there is no damage. Coming from Indonesia to Canada is a long way. Like I'm opening up a present from Christmas. I've got a good amount of bubble wrap. I talked to the other people and they all said that he's really good at protecting it. Definitely a lot of bubble wrap. And a piece of tape here. And then inside should be, I think it's like a little piece of cloth. And then there's little pieces of bubble wrap holding it together, I guess just to stop it from moving. And then there's, I believe there's 2 screws here, 2 screws on the bottom, and they stop it from moving. And then you undo the screws and the whole thing slides out. Well, there we go. That's pretty cool. So there's your Allen wrench, and that's so you can take top off there. Okay, so the video had shown to open it up. Okay, cool. It opens up like that, and then there's little bits of bubble wrap. And there's one on top. Now, this does not open up, doesn't pull out, so you need to use your Allen wrench that's supplied with your kit. It also looks like it comes with extra screws. There's an extra screw there, and I'm not sure what these plastics are, some type of blocks or something. So we'll turn this around. That should be enough. Open this up. Oh, there we go. So there's our case. See, it says Teri Diecast on it. That's kind of a nice little touch. Now, for a second, I thought it was cracked. If you look on here, I thought these were all cracks, but it's actually plastic that you just pull off. It's like protective. Phew, thank God, I thought it was broken. Let's put this aside. So now we have the car. So we have little bits of tape. I'm guessing this is what the screw is. Yeah, wow, that's a very small little screw. Okay. It's like I'm doing an operation here. Being so careful. And just notice something. The screw fell out. And the car is not actually on there. So I don't know if he forgot to screw it on, or did it fall out. But the car is definitely just floating. Which means I gotta be really, really careful. Wow. That is remarkable. I've got the screw on there, so did he forget to screw it in? See if I can screw this in. So unfortunately, the screw does not go in. I think it's stripped, so I might have to get another screw. We'll fix that after. It probably gets tossed around, so I mean, I don't blame him at all. That seriously looks like my car. Holy cow. Bring you up close and we'll check it out. Now, just a quick thing. If you enjoy the videos that I put on my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you do decide to subscribe, please write "I subscribed" in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to each one of your comments. I appreciate that because it really does help the channel. Alright, so let's get back to the video. Okay guys, let's check this out. Look at the front of this thing. We've got the louvers, it's got the striping, you can see the hood, the side mirrors. It looks like he's got clear headlights just like mine. You can see my clear parking lights, clear fog lights. He's even got my license plate. This is 25th year. That's crazy, and you can see it on the decals on his decal sheet. Oh, and look, he's even got the hood, the latches that are on there. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and look, he's even got the emblem on the front nose. So here's his decal sheet. It looks like he's got 2 copies of each decal. So here's the license plate, as you've seen, and then the nose down on the bottom here. That is so cool. Okay, let's go on to the next. Okay, so looking at the back, I see we got the rear wing. He's got the stripes correct, because a lot of people think the stripes go on the bottom here. He's got my rear taillights again. Looks like he's got the red, the yellowish, like amber, and the backup lights. And again, there's my rear license plate. You can't see it, it's hard to see, and I really tried to get it on film, but it says 25th anniversary. I'll show you later on the decal sheet. And here it says Z28, and it's got the Chevy logo. And this actually says 5.7 liter tune port injection. And again, I will show you on the decal sheet. It is so cool. I tried my best to try and get this on video, but camera, it just cannot get it. And then you got my rear exhaust pipes. Oh, that is so cool. So here you can see it on the decal sheet. So there's the license plate. There is a side where it says Z28 and then the Chevy logo. On the back hatch, it's a 25th anniversary. Unfortunately, the picture that he sent is very, very small. So this is blown up, so it's kind of all blurred out. And then you can't really read it. It says 5.7L tuned port injection. But yeah, it's really hard to see. Okay, so here's the side of this car. You can see the attention to detail that he's put into this. You got the ground effects on the front. He's got he didn't even just put regular corner lights. He's got the clear ones, just like on my car. He's got my torque thrust rims. Now, believe it or not, it is really hard to see, but the attention to detail that he put into this, it's even got my blue brake calipers. You can't see it in here because it's so deep inside. So here you can see this is the front. So he's got the little blue caliper right there. And this is the rear. And again, there's the blue caliper. Yeah, he did it. He put that much detail in it. You can see he's got the Z28 on the side, bumper guards. Now this was not here on the other diecast. This was not here on the diecast. This was not here on the diecast, the original one that he used. He came up with this. I didn't even see it, as I said in my first video. Door lock, tumblers, flush door handles, and get this. This actually says Z28, just like on my car. I couldn't believe he put that much detail on it. My exhaust on an angle sticking out from the back. Look at the hood. He's got the little vents in there. Oh, what do we got next here? Oh, we got the other side coming up. Once again, everything's the same. My side mirrors, which I should have mentioned in the other video, these were not in the original 1/64 diecast that he used. I didn't even know that, and yet it says that it was supposed to be an authentic replica of the 1992 Camaro Z28. So he had to make this from scratch, and he noticed that. I didn't even notice it. He even put my little stumpy antenna, which again is attention to detail. This did not exist. Unfortunately, it looks like at some point when he was probably opening and closing the hood, probably take the pictures, he ended up actually bending this. It's wedged itself inside of the hood. When I open up the hood, will see it. Once I realized that it was even there, because I didn't notice it at first because it's so small, I was able to very carefully pull this back out and straighten it out. But yeah, unfortunately it came a little bit damaged before it got here, but it was no big deal. So there's a close-up where it says Z28, and you really can't see it, but it says Z28. But I will show you on the deco sheet, it actually says Z28. It's crazy detail. Now if you look inside the window here, you might notice some detail. It just kind of gives you an idea of what's to come when I open up these doors and show you what's inside. And then that's where I was showing you. There's a little stubby antenna, just like on my actual car. So looking at the deco sheet, you can see he's got the lower rocker panel emblems, Z28. He must have anticipated on having issues trying to get the small ones on the flush handles. Look how many extras he made. You only need 2. I thought that's sort of funny. And if you look from above, you can actually see he's got the 3rd brake light, along with the black that goes around it. Holy Jesus! And the black that goes around the window. That's crazy. The detail is just crazy. Okay, now we have the rear hatch open. Look at the detail he has put into this. First thing I've noticed is he's got what looks like the carpeting inside of the rear hatch. You can see he's got the side locking compartment, and anyone who has a 3rd gen Camaro knows you've got a lock on top. There's a little vent underneath here, the pull down hatch. He's even got now remember, this didn't exist. The diecast didn't have anything open. There's no doors open, there was no hatch. So what you see here was made completely by hand. He didn't 3D print anything. Everything is done by hand. So this whole compartment was cut out and is shaped. So he figured out the shapings and all these little pieces taken by my pictures. Things that the average person probably wouldn't even notice. That's crazy. Well, here we can see the other side, the pull down. If you look really carefully, he's actually even got my rear hatch light. So on the other side, again, you have this vent that goes through. There's no locking part here because it's only locking on one side. That's where usually the spare tire is. And he's got it coming down just like that, just like in the real one. And again, he's got these parts, and this is true because there is the way it's set up, there's a little plastic piece that's separate here, just like what's here. Again, he noticed it. And once again, look at the attention to detail. Here's the underside. There actually is a gray panel. It's in the same shape with this edge, this bevel that goes around it. Then he's it looks like the pull down, the latch part on it. Black part where it holds on to the cargo cover. And then he's got the little handle that's on the cargo cover. He's even got the shape of the cargo cover because it actually goes like this and rounds off. Oh, that's cool. There you can see a really good shot. You can see the cargo cover goes right in between just like the actual one. And check this out. That is a working actuator. It works just like an actuator. It's got a little small cylinder and a bigger cylinder. It slides in and out there, and it can hold itself up. Like when you lift it up, it holds itself up. There's the little caps that go on the top of actuators himself, which is just like the actual car. Oh, that is so cool. Look what's surrounding it. He's got the weather stripping. He literally included the weather stripping. Holy, that's crazy. All right, so now we're looking at the inner door panel. He's got what looks like carpeting, door handles. He's got the black trim up here. He's got the shape of the actual door. Look at that. He had to make the glass because that didn't exist. Oh, look, he's got the screw. Goes in there. Oh, and check that out. He's even put the part where the door latch is. He's put a little groove here. Remember, this door did not exist. This was one solid piece. All of this is completely handmade. It's built. And he's even got the black trim that goes around it. You'll see he's got actually the rubber weather stripping piece that goes inside. He's even got the sail panel. If you look really carefully, the buttons look like they have yellow on it, just like the 1990 to 92 Camaros. And again, my car is a 92. And these buttons have yellow writing. He's actually even added a mirror on the side mirrors. I don't know, it's like a piece of foil or something, but he's give the impression of an actual mirror. Okay, I do have to mention that is not a crack, it's not a cut or a slice. I guess it was a piece of hair, because I looked on there right now and it's not on the car. So actually when he took it, maybe one of his hairs fell off or something, but yeah, it's not on there. But again, attention to detail. Is that not cool? Oh, let's check out the other side. So on this one, I zoomed in a little bit more and you can actually see there is yellow there. You can actually see his painting of the black in there. Actually, yeah, see, it goes all the way here and goes all the way underneath there, which is the weather stripping that circles around the side and underneath. Okay, up next, guys, let's check out the interior. Okay, guys, there is so much detail, I don't even know where to start. Inside, you have the carpeting. You can see he's even put the vents on there. Remember, everything you see, once again, this does not exist. None of this exists. There was no interior on this car. I think this was black, but it didn't have any of this stuff. He's added my custom little floor mats that says Camaro with the striping on it. Well, there you can see the mirror, a little bit better vision on there. So here's a little bit different angle. You have, it says Z28 25th anniversary, just like on the car. The climate control, the radio. You can see there's my shift knob. This, again, none of this work. This doesn't exist here. Look at that. So he's added the trim and the weather stripping on top. This is actually bare. This is blue. This is the paint. Then the plastic trim actually does come down here. There's an internal one. There's the external one. Okay, so here we go. Different angle here. We see the emergency brake handle, the silver, the blue. He's got the blue on there and the black button on the top of my automatic shifter. Review mirror with, he's got my dash cam. Look at that. You can see the buttons on here. There's actually 3. There's one right here. And it has the yellow, just like the doorknobs. He's actually added that on there. He's got my center console lid with the silver and the blue. He's got my seats with the right parts here. Oh, look at that. He's got a belt with a latch. He's got the seat belt guide and the 2 parts of it. Oh, and there's that black part that's on the inside of the car. I can't imagine how small that has to be. He's got the railings underneath the seat. You see, you've got the shape on the back here, correct? And this, again, none of this existed. He had to do this all by hand. He's got the seatbelt latch with the red, and it's hard to see here, but that actually says 25th anniversary. That is just nuts. And that just shows you how much attention to detail, because this actually is on my rear seats. It's got these indentations on them, same amount too. I would never have thought about that. I mean, you could hardly even see the seats inside the car. It's so small. And then in the back, you could actually see the carpeted tunnel that's at the back. It's in between the seats. Exactly how the seats are. So the seats come up, they curl around, and they go straight up. Exactly how they are. He's got the custom mats in there too. All right, guys, so now we're on the driver's side. So here we got a better look at the steering wheel. He's got, oh, you can see the yellow on the headlight button. There's my carpets, pedals, switches, again with the yellow on it. This is the correct shape, and this is actually correct. The seats are a two-piece. So there's one part that goes here, it goes underneath. The second part, the back, comes over here. It's held on by a large piece that comes up here to here. This is just a cover. This covers the seat belt ratchet mechanism. There's my camera, review mirror. If you look carefully, you can see that this is blue and silver, just like mine, with a shift knob. So look at this. He made my cell phone holder. Can you believe this? My cell phone holder. Can you imagine if he made a little cell phone? That would have been so hilarious. Now, I want to draw your attention to this. Even on his pictures, it's hard to see, but this is facing down. These are facing, I think one of them is facing the other way. And I thought he goofed. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if the pictures I sent him actually happened to have them pointing down? And believe it or not, guys, he actually corrected this. He made this exactly like my pictures. So here's a really good close-up. So this one I think is straight. This one is pointing downwards. I think this is off on this side and this one is this way. I can't remember now. I'd have to see if I could find another picture. Oh, there you can see the silver here and my camera. That is so neat. There's a top view. So there you can see the yellow buttons. There's my custom floor mat. So this is Camaro. There's the back one. So there's where it says 25th anniversary. That is so neat. And you notice he only had this on this side. Oh, hey, here's the latch to make it pivot back and forth to recline. But yeah, only my driver's seat is adjustable. So he actually even made sure he's got that correct. And so here's the decal sheet. On the passenger side, it says Z28, 25th anniversary. And so on the seat, on the headrest, it says Z28 with the Chevy logo. And it says 25th anniversary, just like on my actual seats. Yes, he went into that much detail. So guys, I try to use my camera because unfortunately none of his really good photos had anything to show the top. But as you can see, he's even included sun visors on the top. I would never have seen that. Like, even if I look in the car, it's really hard to see, and yet he added them. So again, attention to detail, he's added a dome light. Look at that. You got the black around it and then the dome light cover. Even just looking in the diecast itself, I can barely even see it. Like, well, I can't see it. I can't see this or here at all. Like, I have to be able to use a magnifying glass with a light. So that detail is just him being picky, and that's just incredible. That's amazing. So here you can see the detail he put into the underside of the hood. Now I can tell you just by looking at this, this is extremely accurate. Now stay tuned for a future video because I'm going to be doing a comparison of all angles, interior, exterior, engine bay, front, back, rear, everything, to see just how accurate this car is to mine. Alright guys, finally what you've all been waiting for, the engine bay. And let me tell you, this is mind-blowing. Oh man guys, check that out. Look at how much detail is on that thing. Now keep one thing in mind. That engine right there is about the size of my pinky fingernail. Is that not mind-blowing or what? So we're going to go from each side of the engine and we're going to go through as many components as I can possibly go through. So let's start off by going around the outside of the engine bay. Now if you look at a third gen Camaro, they have these weld marks that are all around here, and he's got that. You've also got the hood bump stops, which he's got there and there. Now, this is a little bit of a blurry picture, but he does have the two raised parts. These two here are actually raised, just like on the actual car. All right, starting from the driver's side, let's see what we can find. Okay, I do see by the firewall, we've got the wiper motor box, complete with the blue plug on the left-hand side. Looks like he's put relays in here along with the cords that lead up to the front of the car. And if I'm looking really carefully, that right there, especially the fact that it has a cord behind it, looks like it's my safety switch that stops me from accidentally remote starting the car while the hood's open. Holy cow. We got the master cylinder, complete with the brake lines, and the brake booster I see back here. So I see the strut tower, and it's got all three parts, because this is actually how it's set up in the car. We got the washer fluid container, complete with what looks like washer fluid inside. I see the washer fluid cap, and it is not a circle. I do remember it being like a teardrop shape or something. So he's got that. I do know there was a ledge here for something. I don't remember what it was for. And this has this odd shape, kind of a cutout to it. Here I believe it's got a little motor to draw out the washer fluid. And I do remember there being like a blue plug or something. And then he's got the tubing going from it. I got the charcoal canister. Sort of looks like it's the wires that come from my headlights. Well, speaking of headlights, he's even adding the cutouts, the circles. If you have a third gen Camaro, you'll see that there's two on either side, and that's where the headlights actually come out here, and then the cords go through. Oh, it's got the TPI Plenium along with the distributor cap cover and the two holes that screw it on. Whoa. Now remember, there's also a distributor back here. If you remember in my other video, it's hidden. You can't see it, but I guess he's OCD. He wants to make it so perfect. But yeah, there's a distributor back here. And then he's got my blue ignition wires. It's got the valve covers, and you can kind of see it's got the lines, the grooves that are on it. And also it looks like he's got the two bolts that hold the valve covers on. Whoa. It's got my headers. They're going down here. My oil cap. And look at the alternator itself. It's not even just a circle. He's got all these little bumps and features to it. I got to compare this to mine. Whoa, that's neat. I see the throttle body, complete with the upper air box where the filters are under here. And even the air box filter connector here, I'm pretty sure this is really close together and then it's more farther apart. Just like what it looks like he's done on his. It looks like he's got the throttle cables. You can see them going 1 and 2, complete with the plate that's here. Holy man, that's crazy. Oh, get the hood latch here. It's got that same shape to it. You got the two braces, the triangle braces that are here. Got the radiator cooling fan shroud, complete with the decals on the top. Then you have the radiator itself, complete with the radiator cap, which I guess we'll see when we switch over to the other side. And if you look carefully, he's not even just put a regular radiator. He's got all these different texture to it. He's got a raised part here. He's got a raised part here. I wonder how accurate that is to my car. How much detail he put into this. And if I do remember, there is I believe it's on this side too. There was, I don't know, I'm not too familiar with engines, sorry about that. But there was some type of tube leading from here. And I do remember there's a tube coming through here. Again, I don't know what it was for. Whoa, that is just mind-blowing. Oh, and look, as I start to look at this more, I see more and more detail. There's the radiator hose. See it right there. Now, if you remember from my last video where I had this out of the car, like before he painted and everything, he actually has a fan belt. But look, you can't see it. It's just detail that is just, it's like OCD. He's got to have it perfect. But yet you can't see any fan belt. But there is a fan belt, complete with a very detailed transmission underneath here, which, can you see it? No, neither can I. Man, that is just mind-blowing. Oh, I see wipers. Look, there's wipers up here. And he's got the grate. See, there's the antenna. It had bent over, but again, I fixed that, so that's no problem anymore. You can see how he's made it so the hood opens up. He's got this little rod or something that's going underneath. Remember, this did not exist. This was not even open. This was all one solid piece. This is all 100% custom made by hand. No 3D printing, no nothing. This is just him doing this. Now remember guys, this also has a power steering container back here. You can't see it. Remember it was in my other video? It's like somewhere down here with a little cap on top of it. All right, let's switch over to the other side. Oh, wow. Okay, just looking at this, I can tell this has got the most detail. Okay, let's start off with the top left corner. I see the blower motor with the electrical cords. If you remember, so far, all the colors I do believe are accurate. So all these colors should actually be on my actual engine bay. Whoa. So we got the wires. You got my air conditioning accumulator, complete with, he's got the blue and the red caps. There's a strut tower. Oh, we got a brace. He's actually added on there. I see my blue ignition wires. My oil dipstick is on there. And I do remember there's something here with a cord on it. I think it was a red electrical cord. And from this angle, you can actually see he's got the bolts. Whoa. And actually there is a very small tube here. I'm pretty sure that is accurate. Now I'm not sure what these are called. I do know that these are for the smog control. So you have the container here which has these grooves on it, and then there's a kind of a circular, almost like a coin on the side. Hosing that comes from the top, as well as this part here. That is so accurate. I mean, look how complicated this part is. Holy cow. There's my compressor, and I do know there's a piece of green sticker or something. I'd have to look to see what part is orange here, but that looks like that would be my belt tensioner and my radiator cap. There's my coolant container, complete with that little indentation here, so I do know that's right. And that does look very accurate to what's on the fluid container. I have my battery. It's got my little handle and the writing, my side battery terminals, and this I'm pretty sure is also accurate. Whoa! I know there's a black plastic thing here. And again, I am not too familiar with engines, so, but I mean, just look at the detail of this part right here. That is just mind-blowing how complicated that is right there. Wow. That is crazy. Oh, and actually here you can see the detail we couldn't really see. You got your canister. I'm not too sure what this part is. I think I had yellow tape on it. So there it is there. See all the wires going through? Even underneath here. Look at that. And the throttle body plate, which is right there. Oh, that is just mind-blowing. Like I said, remember guys, this whole engine bay it's a little bit bigger than my thumbnail. This right here is about the size of my nail on my pinky finger. You figure out how in the world, by hand, now 3D printing is one thing, but by doing this by hand, I just don't know how that's possible. I mean, just one sneeze and this whole thing would be lost forever. So, tell me, when you first see this, forgive me, but does this not look like my car sitting in the parking lot at the bottom of an apartment building? Yeah? But just then, reality sets in. Is that not crazy or what? So let's now talk about the experience that I had working with Teri Diecast. Back in October of 2024, I reached out to Teri Diecast, explaining what I wanted, requesting for a quote, and sending numerous pictures of my car. Now within a few hours, he ended up responding, quoting a base price of $275 US. Now that depended on the model, parts, setup, and complexity. This price would include a fully detailed exterior, interior, wheels, exhaust, and a fully detailed engine and engine bay. Now since the engine would be the main focal point of the diecast, it would either be displayed with the hood either removed and would be placed on its own custom-made hood stand or in a propped up position on the car. Basically, only the engine would be exposed. The car would also come in its own premium acrylic case. At the time, he no longer offered opening doors, hatches, or an opening hood. Only the engine would be exposed, and the interior visible through non-functional doors. Now, I insisted that I wanted everything. I wanted the opening doors, the hatch, and the functional hood. Now, while he did explain that this would make the project much more fragile, he agreed to do it all for $390 US, which is approximately $600 Canadian, which included $40 US for shipping and handling from him in Indonesia to me in Canada, Vancouver to be specific. He noted there'd be a 4-month wait to start the project beginning in February, with the completion expected to be around 1 month. Now I chose to pay the full amount up front to encourage him to do the best work, rather than paying half up front and the remaining later. Simply knowing because I've already talked to other people and he seemed like a reputable person to deal with. Now it should be noted that he only deals with PayPal for payment and under the friends and family group. Okay guys, so unfortunately this is where I have to take the time to take a step back. Now looking at the finished diecast that I showed you in this video, you can see that he does exceptional work. His craftsmanship and his attention to detail are truly unmatched, and I absolutely recommend him for anyone who's wanting to get their own car done. Now with that said, there is one major caveat that I experienced. His communication skills, I'm sorry to say, is absolutely atrocious. Now, I'm sorry guys I have to say that, but this video is meant to be truthful. So if you're interested, I want to be as truthful as possible. So let me explain what exactly I mean by all this. Now, once the work started back in mid-February, contacting him was extremely difficult. He uses Instagram for messages, and messages would go unread, would go weeks at a time. Could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or more. At one point, near the end, 8 weeks. Nearly 2 months, despite repeated attempts via Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, email, and PayPal messages. Updates were very infrequent, and I often felt lucky just to get a response from him. While when the rare progress report pictures did actually come in, he would send a long group of pictures, and by then, he would be gone for weeks again. On April 3rd, I finally received a large batch of progress photos, despite the fact that it was supposed to only take about a month to complete. Communication remained inconsistent, and reaching him became very frustrating. Now, I thought it was just me until I contacted a couple others, and they also said the same thing, that it was difficult to get a hold of him, and that updates were very infrequent. In fact, they were also told to take about a month, and ended up taking 9 months to complete their project as well. So about a month later, he requested my shipping address, and so then I'm thinking, oh wow, it's basically done. Now the issue of where I live, I've had parcels stolen because people don't deliver to the correct side of the house. And so it's imperative that I know exactly when this parcel's coming. I ended up waiting a week I got a hold of him and I says, where's the tracking number? Didn't respond because he didn't read the messages. And I was starting to get worried, thinking, well, maybe it got delivered and I wasn't here. Maybe it got delivered to the wrong house. Is it still on the way? I'm getting all these things stuck in my head, thinking, oh my God, this expensive thing just got stolen, because he hasn't told me anything. 2 weeks later, I get a notification from DHL saying that the label was made out, though he hadn't informed me himself. Now, at the time, he also sent me an unlisted YouTube video from his channel with instructions on how to unpack the delicate die-cast safely. Now, the parcel ended up being packaged and sent out on July 5th with a minor customs charge of only $15 Canadian. However, DHL came around screwing me over, and I was on the phone practically every single day. It was supposed to be delivered on the Monday, 2 days later, but instead ended up coming on the Friday, July 11th. Now, in total, he actually sent me over 300 pictures and video for progress reports on Instagram. Plus, he did send me a Dropbox of over 700 more raw photos and some videos. So while he did do a great job on the car, he also did a great job taking pictures. Very professional looking close-ups, good lighting and everything. So he puts a lot of heart and soul into these cars. Now, the bottom line is, I absolutely highly recommend Teri Diecast for the quality of his work, but be prepared if you are going to go with him for the poor communication skills, unfortunately. I assume that he's probably handling multiple customer projects at the same time, which is fine as long as the clients can reliably communicate to track progress reports and request for adjustments. Because the big pictures that he's sending, there's like a month's worth of pictures that he's done so much work, and then it's like you just can't go back on it if something wasn't done right or something was missing. But for me, and unfortunately others that I talked to, that just didn't happen. Over the 5 months it took for Teri Diecast to finish working on my project, from the time he started in February to the time it was done in July, which again, that was only supposed to take 1 month, I only received updates about 3 times. And each of those updates were major progress reports that if anything had been done wrong, well, like I said, it's too late. But anyway, stay tuned for a future video where I'll be doing a direct comparison with the diecast against my own car. And let's see just how accurate and attention to detail Teri truly is with my diecast. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Alright, and with that, I'd like to conclude this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to click the little bell icon to be notified of each new video I post. Thank you for watching, and till next time.